All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we go, week 3. Um, we're starting to see some separation in the pile here. We got some undefeated teams, some winless teams, and then a big pile in the middle. So we might as well hop right into the standings. You can see there at the top is me. With my 2 wins, I have the most points for. I got about a 34 point lead over Dallas. And then Rob is right behind him. Then we have, looks like 6 teams there at 1-1. So in order there, we have Tom, then Dave, then Wayne, Sunil, Jeremy, and Ty. And then we have our 3 winless teams in Richard, the Buddies, and then Jen. So I do feel bad a little bit for Jen and Richard. They had to auto draft this year and they're both at the bottom. So hopefully those 2 can turn it around. There's still lots of time. It's week, 15, 16, 17 now with the playoffs. So still about 12 weeks worth of matchups here. So anything can happen. There was one big fab offer this week. It was Jeremy who went for Troy Franklin, spent $65 of his fab. Ty was right in behind there with $46, so he was looking to spend the rest of his fab if he could. And then Rob and myself were a little bit lower down the list there. So nothing crazy this week, no trades, just kind of your normal waiver moves. So yeah, I know I put some trade offers out there. I got, I think, 1 just currently out there. I think I rescinded 2 right after sending them. I got nervous and was like, maybe I don't want to trade, maybe I do, kind of thing. So sorry about that to whoever I sent those to. So so we'll hop right into our matchups here. As always, I start with myself, and this week I'm playing Dave. So originally I was projected to win by about 18 points, and now Yahoo's got me by about 30. What it doesn't show there and that is that Dave doesn't have a kicker yet, so add another 10 to 12 points there for Dave. So he's probably looking at the 155-ish range based on projections. I do like both rosters a little bit. I know I kind of mentioned last week I didn't like Dave as much, but then, Neighbors puts up like 40 points and, what can you say? So, kind of looking back and forth. I mean, Chase without Burrow is going to be tough. Brian Thomas Jr.'s got a wrist issue. Abuka's been a little banged up. But, Bijan Ferguson has been great for me. Hollywood Brown might leave my roster. It'll kind of depend on if Worthy's playing or not. I might sub in somebody, still thinking about maybe Pacheco. Maybe I drop Calvin Austin for somebody. Maybe I just put in Calvin Austin. I haven't fully decided yet. Maybe I make this trade and it makes my decision different. We'll see. Dave, I do like Drake May. He's got Calvin Ridley, Tillman, Taylor, Dobbins, Johnson. Yeah. Who else has he got here? Woody Marks, Caleb Johnson. No, so he's got a lot of these younger running backs here, hoping for one of them to hit. So let's see. I don't know who he'll drop. I guess he's hoping for maybe Tracy or Ingram to be out, so then he could slide him into the IR. I had big help yesterday from Cook getting 20 points and Palmer only getting 1.5 points, so that was huge for me, and that was where they had that big swing. I hate picking myself. I didn't do it last week because I thought I could win and I didn't want to jinx it. So I'm going to do the same this week. So it's always going to affect my stats. But I'm going to take Dave, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, to beat me this week. I don't think he will, but that's how I like to play it safe. So possibly me, but I'm calling Dave to win on this matchup. Okay, who's next here? We got the Buddies at 0-2 versus Jen at 0-2. So big matchup here. Get maybe some momentum going for somebody. Hopefully it can turn their season around. See, originally the Buddies were favored by, 26 points, and now they're down to about 23. Let's see what happened. Tariq Hill got pretty much projected at 15.9 points yesterday. He had a decent game. HN had a good game too, 16.1 points, just couldn't get a touchdown. Otherwise, I thought he had a pretty good game. So yeah, let's see, back and forth here. We got, I do like Jordan Love over Kyler Murray this week. I do like the Buddies receivers a little more than Jens. I do think Kupp and Jennings will do okay. I just kind of like the threesome here a little bit more. Ty's got good running back strength. Breece Hall's been good this year, so Jen's probably hoping he sticks to that. Schultz and Henry probably even. Kind of like the Buddies flex here a little more. I mean, Algier was great last week against Minnesota, so he might be able to capitalize on that. Maybe get a little bit more points here than the projection here. Maybe, like a 12, 13 points if he keeps it up. Miami Brown's a hard one to pick. I mean, there's so many receivers right now in Jacksonville catching the ball. Kind of like Buffalo a little bit. I do think the Buddies are going to win. I do think it might be a little bit closer. I think like Algier is a little under projected. I think Cooper Kupp's a little under projected here. Yeah, so I think that'll bring up Jen's score a little bit, but I do think the Buddies are going to win. All right, next up we have Jeremy versus Richard. Originally, Jeremy was favored by about 3 points, and now Richard is trailing by about 12, according to projection. Big reason there is he had Buffalo defense yesterday. Miami did not too bad, put up 21 points, so Buffalo only had 11 points compared to 28 projected. Let's see here. News literally just broke before I started this video that Daniels was out. So Jeremy's already made a quarterback change, as you can see there, and got Caleb Williams in. It was kind of nice that happened right before. Goff, let's see if he can put up 40 points again for Richard. At least this time it won't be on his bench. So we'll see what happens there. I do like the combination of McConkey and Jigba and Pearsall over Lennon, Pittman, and Olave. Yeah, running backs are pretty steady. Tight ends are fairly even. Yeah, hopefully for Jameson Williams, it's just not like 2 catches and 100 yards and a touchdown. Hopefully it's a little bit more. I do like Jameson Williams. I just think he needs a little bit more receptions there to make him more dangerous. Jeremy is focusing on some young guys in A.O. Manor and Troy Franklin. Franklin is getting all the touches, which is why I dropped Mims this week. Let's see. Oh, but I do like these guys, like DJ Moore and Zay Flowers over Mooney, though. You know what? Like last week, I'm going to give this one to Richard. Hopefully I get it right this time for Richard and break him out of the 0-2 slump. So I'm going to give this to Richard over Jeremy. Okay, next up we got Rob, who's 2-0 against Sunil, who's 1-1. Originally, Sunil was projected to win by just over 2.5 points, and now he's projected to win by about 9. Big reason is Coleman in Buffalo there only got 5 points instead of 11.6 projected. Like I said, there's so many guys in Buffalo catching the ball right now. You don't know game to game who's going to get it. I mean, Cook's been running like crazy. Kincaid got a bunch yesterday. I had him on the bench on another team, so that was a little bit frustrating. And just see here with Rob, right, he had Khalil Shakir on the bench. He had 14.5, so he's the one who had the touchdown today. So that's or yesterday. So that was the big difference there. We got Sunil here. His bench, he's got Xavier Legette, Bo Nix, Jaden Higgins, Mario Douglas. So kind of those not quite yet maybe flex receivers yet. Maybe as the season goes on, they get a little better. Higgins' role might expand. But otherwise, let's see, I like Herbert better overall. I mean, what AJ Brown game are we getting? A 1 point, a 7 point? Are we going to get a 13-point game? I do like Amon-Ra here, kind of over everybody else. Probably the best receiver here. McLaurin, I worry about now with Jaden Daniels out, so that might bring him down for Sunil. But he struggled. Maybe he's just a late starter too, so who knows? I like Sunil's running backs a little more, just a little top heavy with Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey. Let's see, Hawkinson struggled, but so is Andrews. I like Swift, ETN. Oh, Sunil's team is good. I'm surprised he's 7th here of the 1-on-1 teams. Yeah, I'm going to give this one to Sunil. I guess according to projections, it's not the upset, but if you go by record, 3rd versus 7th, I think this one's going to go to Sunil. I kind of like his team overall. He's got good running back depth. So I guess if you're looking for a trade, he's the guy to look to. His receivers aren't bad. I mean, Dobbs is his 4th receiver. Nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, I'm going to give this one to Sunil. Okay, only a couple left to go. We got Dallas here versus Wayne. So Wayne's middle of the pack. He's put up some good points. Just he had a tough matchup against me in week 1. Dallas is 2-0. He's firing along. He's got the 2nd most points in our league. So yeah, so let's see here. Originally, I mean, they were pretty much bang on, about a 1/4 of a point difference. Now Wayne is projected to win by about 1.5. It's just because Waddle got a touchdown there yesterday, so that put him up almost at 15 points. So that gave him a little bit of the advantage there over Dallas. Wayne's got all his guys in, no guys on the IR in his roster this week. I mean, he still pulled out the win, but that's all it takes sometimes. So he had Davis on his bench yesterday, which was good. Let's see. I know they're talking about Purdy coming back this week, but obviously he's probably going to keep Lamar in there against Detroit. I mean, Detroit's defense has got some stuff to prove. I think they're still mad after that loss of the Green Bay, so they're going to come out strong, I think. Goff and the team will do good, so it's going to force Lamar and them to pass more. So that might be, maybe 30 points there for Lamar instead of 23. Hurts, you don't know. He's going to get the running back points, the tush-push points, not a lot of passing points. So I'll probably give that to Lamar. The rest of the receiving core, obviously this goes to Dallas with Collins and Puka. Dunze's been outstanding. Travis Hunter's just not quite there yet. That team's still, like I said before, they're throwing the ball around quite a bit too. I think Shaheed will get better as Rattler gets better and more comfortable in there this year. We got Saquon and Mason. Mason's got a good week this week with Jones out, so that should be a decent amount of points. I do like them both better than Walker and Hampton, but it's early in the season for Hampton. All right, let's see quickly. I like Kraft, and then the rest of the flex positions. Jalen Warren's been good. Ertz has been good. Naylor, his role's been increasing, but Addison's back next week, so we'll see what happens with him. And then Sutton and Chubb's been all right. And Njoku's role is a little bit down, so Dallas will have to monitor that a little bit. I guess he's always got Charbonnet, or he could always throw in there too instead of Njoku's. Either way, it's probably roughly the same amount of points. Whoever gets a touchdown probably will be the difference there. So, again, it was originally not Dallas favored. Now it is Wayne. That isn't really going to sway me more. I just think the difference will be Lamar Jackson. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and Lamar is going to put up some points. So I'm going to give this one to Wayne. I think he will win, 5 to 10 points, not a whole lot more. I mean, they are fairly even teams, so I just think he is going to take the victory. Okay, last matchup. 2 1-1 teams. We have Tom, who's at the top of the 1-1 teams. and against Ty, who's at the bottom of the 1-1 team. So originally, again, they're pretty bang on even, about a quarter of a point difference, and now Ty is favored by about 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. Josh Allen put up 28 points yesterday, some rushing yards, decent amount of passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns. That always helps. See, is there anybody bench-worthy that might come on here for Ty? We got Pitts, Godwin's out, Addison suspended, Rashad White. I think he might get in there a little more, but we'll see. You don't want to run Bucky down too hard. Tom's one of these guys just like me who had Kincaid on the bench. 66 yards, 5 receptions, and a touchdown. That's a tough one to leave on the bench there. Tyler Warren was definitely the play, but who do you sit? Trayvon's been good. Wandale's been good. Quentin Johnston's been good. He's not going to probably sit then. Connor or Brown. Maybe Devonta you sit, but yeah, you wouldn't have sat him for Kincaid. So that's a tough one. It's the right play, but it's just one of those ones that unfortunately didn't work out for him. So overall, let's see here. Dak versus Josh Allen. They're playing in Chicago. Could be tough. They kind of gave up on the Vikings game a little bit. But was that more just a hot JJ McCarthy, or was that just Chicago defense falling apart in that game? Who knows? I didn't see the game last week with Chicago, so I can't really say. But I think Dak should put up decent amount of points, which he's got CeeDee Lamb there. So that's a decent stack. That could be, hopefully for Tom, over 50, 60 points. Devonta Smith, with Philadelphia, it's hard to say. It could be anywhere from 5 to 20. Then on Ty side, we got Golden, Wilson, Booty. Wilson's probably the best out of the 3. Booty had a lower week last week. Golden, I really don't know what they're doing in Green Bay. Again, I think Love's just throwing to whoever's open, so passing the ball around type thing. Genty and Irving versus Chase Brown and James Conner. I like Brown and Conner just a little bit more overall. I just like Chase Brown a lot. Tight ends are about even. The flex, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt had a low week last week against Green Bay. Worthy's not fully in yet, I don't think. I know he's been practicing, but we'll see what happens. So, he might have to put in Rashad White if Worthy doesn't go. I still think this one's going to go to Tom, actually. I think overall, I like his team just a little bit better, and not by much. Like, as close as this projection is how close I think the game will go. So I am going to take Tom in this one. So, yeah, that's the last one. So, recapping, I'm taking Dave in my prediction, and then I had the Evil Buddies, then I had Richard. Did I have Sunil? I did have Sunil. Oh no. Yeah, I had Sunil. Sorry, I had to go back and check. I had Sunil. Then I have Wayne with the upset, and then I have Tom beating Time. So, good luck everybody. Week 3. Let's see what happens. We'll have at least one winless team, and we'll see if we have any undefeated teams after this week. So, take it easy. Maybe some trades coming, maybe not. We'll see how it goes, and enjoy your weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.